Oh, hi. This is Mark, and I'm outside the Victoria Hospital. And for the first time, I'm about to ride Winnipeg Transit's new primary route system on its launch day. We're launching it on a Sunday so that it's not too much chaos on Monday. Though I think there'll be lots of chaos on Monday, but change is hard, but sometimes worth it. Our transit system has evolved incrementally since the trolley car days. So we had a trolley car suburban oriented system where you have a gazillion routes downtown. And now it's going to be simplified. There's going to be these really big primary routes that are really long and they go really straight. And we're going to take advantage of the new Blue Line. The Blue Line is no longer just a Southwest Winnipeg bus with the Southwest Transit Way, but it goes to Portage and Main and it goes all the way the Unicity Mall down Portage. So it's your big long Portage bus. And but we're just going to go to Polo Park. So it's pretty cool. Get to Polo Park in one hop. And Sara, note the time. The time is 12:43. So we'll see how long on Sunday service it takes us to get to Polo Park with a journey through downtown. This is Mark.
Hello, this is Sara. And Mark and I have arrived in Polo Park. We actually got on the bus at approximately 12:50 p.m. at Victoria Hospital. And here we are at Polo Park, and it's now, well, we got off the bus at 1:32 p.m. So that was a total of 42 minutes to get from the hospital to the Polo Park. We went through downtown. Even though the bus did go down Graham a little briefly, it went clear back onto Portage Avenue, and it went all the way down Portage. So basically, we took the Blue Line. It was the old Blue Line with kind of a, I would say, like a number 11 sort of Frankenstein onto the end. And it was a very long bus. It was like an accordion bus. There were two buses. It was very full. There were lots of university students at first, and real diversity of people from all walks of life, except they were quite young. You could hear multiple languages on the bus. There was a child on the bus. It was it's a Sunday, so we can't know for sure how this is going to turn out. But it wasn't too...
Hi, Mark and Sara.
Hello.
Hey, Ben.
It wasn't too busy on the bus. Like it was, you could get a seat really easily. And, but it was full. There were lots of people. It was a well-utilized bus. And it went through lots of main points. Like if I could take you through some of the points you could get to, if you take the Blue Line, and this was called the Blue Unicity Hub Rapid Transit Service. So, here, Mark, I just need to...
Yeah, well, that means it would have gone all the way down Portage to the Unicity Mall.
Yeah, I understand that, but just pull back a little so I can just explain this a little bit. Okay, so you start off at Victoria Hospital. We go down Pembina, I believe.
Just a little.
Just a little. We get onto the Rapid Transit Way. You hear this low sound as the bus rumbles down the transit way. And then, get this, okay, so we passed over Abanuji-Mickinaw, which had a dedicated bridge. We passed Plaza Drive stop, like for example, where you can stop and use the Staples. There was a new housing development on the left, built next to the transitway. We went over the railway tracks. They had to build several bridges to make this all work. We passed through established residential neighborhoods of Fort Garry, which is west of Pembina. We took a bridge over McGillivray. And then we went past a giant park and ride. I believe that is
the Seal Station.
It's a station, but it's related to the stadium, I believe.
Well, no, it just people use it at stadium events.
At stadium events, and then we went under Pembina.
Over it.
Oh, sorry. I thought we went under Pembina. We went over Pembina, and then we got to Queen Elizabeth Way, and we. Like I said, we sort of took the detour onto Graham. So instead of the bus sort of stopping and getting stuck at Graham like it used to, and just sort of going back a different direction, it continued on along Portage. And so it saved us the time of like transferring buses and walking from Graham to Portage and so on. And there's some interesting other features of the bus. It passed Jubilee, so which means that it passes Stafford and Pembina, and so that, for example, you could get off and you could walk to Salisbury House. So you could go like from Salisbury House to a downtown hotel, from Victoria Hospital to the downtown hotels, to I think where else you could go on that bus. You could go to a coffee shop downtown. I'm just thinking, where could you go if you were using that bus? Like, there's a Quality Inn. There were housing developments. So there's a lot of possibilities. And here we are at Polo Park. And if you look at the actual points along the way, so we got on the bus, we got at the stop at 12:43. We got on the bus at 12:50, so that was a 7-minute wait.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday. We arrived at Osborne Station at 1:06 p.m., which took us 15 minutes from Victoria Hospital. The bus was never overfilled. It was gradually emptying. It was quieting down, maybe half full by the time we got to Osborne Station. And then we got downtown to the Forks at 1:10 p.m. So when you think about that, 12:50 to 1:10, that's a 20-minute ride to get from Victoria Hospital to the Forks. So that's really nice if you're like in town to have a medical procedure or something. And then, let me see, we got to Portage at 1:18, which was nice. There was a nice Vietnamese restaurant and the Mountain Equipment Co-op and a guy with an awesome Jesus is Lord sign, just to throw it in there. And now, we got to the UW at 1:25, so there's a whole lot of possibilities in this particular bus route. Mm-hmm. So now here we are at Polo Park.
And there were only 4 stops in the West End.
We're at Polo Park, and there were only 4 stops in the West End. And we are going to go in, and we're going to enjoy a blizzard, and maybe a smoothie, and we're going to be so grateful that we can finally get off that stupid bus, because I am sick of the buses because I'm used to a car now. I was so aggravated that I had to sit on that bus for as long as I did. But we're here. We don't have to do this again. We're doing it for you guys. And once we do it for you guys, you'll know how to use this, and you'll know how to be empowered, and you can eventually maybe get a car. But it's not bad for a bus. Anything else, Mark?
I think it's a great place to wrap.
I think it's a great place to wrap. Okay, so this is our filming of the new Winnipeg transit system, fancy central routes for today is June 29th, 2025. We'll be back again with another episode maybe next week.